using iPad today, so I'm trying to get my bearing because of I'm looking on my phone and then I'm looking to myself and my camera. Hi! This is so different than Facebook. So who is here? Okay, there's some other option here. Hi, hi. So I have three people here now. Let's see if any more people join me. Okay, now only 2 people. Hi, 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 hi. Okay, today is only a trial, so I'm gonna see how it works. Oh, okay, I can see your messages now. Hi, 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 hello, hello. I wonder if, hi from India. I wonder if this is better because it's landscape. Hi, hi, hi. Because if I film it on my phone, it's only portrait, so. Hi from Nigeria. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, let's see if there's more people who join us. Right. I am reading your messages there. Okay. So let's see if there's more people join us. Okay. Maybe I'll just start anyway and then people can watch it back, I guess. Okay. So I am going to move this. Bear with me today because first time using the iPad. I think this is okay. I mean, I'm not going to use this all the time. I'm waiting for my computer. I mean, it's been kind of ordered, so I'm waiting for it to arrive. So today I am going to show you how I make the hanging monkey. Let me see. So you can see I have, let me put this there. So I have the hot glue gun, but this is not really hot glue gun. This is cold. They call it cold glue gun. It's not as hot as the normal hot glue gun. Move that there, out of the way. And then I have some 18 gauge wire and some 24 gauge wire here. And I have these polystyrene bubbles, and you can buy this from the craft shop. Let me move that off the way. And this is about 3 centimeters. Don't know if you can see. 3 centimeters. And that is about nearly 4 centimeters. How to make template? There's no template because this is freehand. But once you use this polystyrene, that will give you a kind of scale. Hi, Christine. It's okay. I mean, there are many of you here because this is my first time anyway, and I am using, as this setup, I'm using iPad today. So everything is a bit different because it's my first time doing YouTube live. And I was just saying I have they call it cold glue gun, so it's not as hot as the normal glue gun. Because if you use the normal glue gun, it will be too hot for polystyrene, it will melt the polystyrene. So we will going to do the tree which is going to hang from first. So just a normal polystyrene, you can have it thicker or thinner, or you can build it directly from your cake. I have 18 gauge wire here, and I am going to, it depends. If your polystyrene is thicker, make sure your wire go all the way to the base of your cake or where you want to hang. Hi. And then once you are happy with the height, so it depends how high your monkey want to be hang. So this is the head and the body of the monkey. So if you want to hang it higher, so your branch need to be taller. And to hang a monkey, just one wire is not enough. So you will need at least 3. So I will just show you. Let's say I want the monkey to hang kind of there. Then I will want kind of the branch to kind of bend there. So make sure your wire go all the way to the base. So I'll bend one first. Use it as a guide. And then bend the second. Don't know if you can see. Am I out of it? I'm in view now, I think. So try to bend them all the same. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're kind of a little bit off because it's a branch. You're going to hide it with paste anyway, but make sure like they kind of like this. So you can see it will still kind of bend a little. So that's why we need to make our monkey as light as possible. And if you are in doubt that, oh, it is not going to hold the monkey, then add more wires. I mean, if you have, I think those wire called galvanized wire, those wire are much stronger than this flower making wire. Flower wire, you call it, I guess. So you see, it's kind of quite strong now. So if your weight is on there, of course it will bend. So make sure like your monkey is not too far from your main trunk. So I think it's too long anyway, so I'm going to cut it a little bit shorter. So I think I am going to cut it kind of there. I mean, if you cut it too short, you can add more wire, like add another wire afterward. Hi from UK. Hello. Well, I guess quite a lot of people from Facebook have forgot that I have just started on YouTube now. I mean, it's just a trial, but if there is not a lot of people, oh my God, if there is not a lot of people watching live, then I will just record it as a video and I will upload it on YouTube anyway. But anything I record here will stay here. I don't think I will upload it again on Facebook, but Facebook Live I will try to upload on YouTube as well, so that all my videos are in one place. Okay, so they're kind of same length, and I am kind of quite happy with that. Then get some floral tape. This floral tape, normally people use it for making flowers and stuff. You can use all different color, and these are kind of like when you pull it, it activates the glue on it. So you see it stick to my finger already. Find the side which stick to your finger and then start to kind of bind them together. So fold it back to yourself. It doesn't matter which way you go as long as kind of it stick to the metal. It just helps you to easier to work with. Or you can use just thinner wire to bind them together if you don't have this. So once you pass that point, you hold on to the wire and the floral tape. I'm not going to go all the way, so I'm going to stop kind of there. Actually, I'm going to go longer. It's okay. I go all the way. So kind of like this. And then now I am going to have some kind of like a, I'll call it sub branches. Cut that in half. For this one, you don't have to have it all the way to the base, because this is kind of like with very little amount of paste on it, so you don't really have to have it all the way. And it's up to you how many branches you want to do. I am thinking a few more. Right, same again. Get some fold tape. This one, it looked that straight, but then once you put paste on it, it won't look this straight anymore. So I'm quite happy with that. And then you can move the branches later. I have done a similar tutorial on Facebook already. So if you want to see it, you can look back on the videos. It's all there. So you just add to it like this. You can have it longer, shorter. It doesn't matter, just as long as you have some there for you to stick the wire to. I think I'll have this a little bit longer. Okay. So then once you got all of them in, I'll continue to go down. And then once you're kind of happy with that, you just leave it for now. And then now you can open it up. And then you can bend it to however you want your tree to look like. And then make sure you poke it, when you poke it into the polystyrene, it's kind of like straight. Okay, I think there's too much table that you are looking at. Let me move the camera a little bit. Is that better? So something like this. Okay, and then now I'm going to add some paste onto the branch. I am not going to bother with to get rid of all the how to say it, the lines or anything. I'm not going to do that. Let me see if I can make the lighting a little bit better. I think you can see better like this. Okay. I hope it's better. Okay, then it's kind of like estimate. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop at that there. Then you will want to cut this open in half and then open it up. And then get some water or edible glue. And then add to the branch. Also add some to the middle of there. Because we're going to draw lines on it, I am not going to be bothered of making the seam disappear. So slightly rub it together. I don't know if it looked a bit dark. Maybe because it's brown, I don't know. Then use a Dresden tool and then do some lines on it. Just randomly do some lines. I'm not going to do the back because I can do that after. I don't know if you can see. Okay. Then we will do the same to there. I like to do it this way so that I kind of know how thick I want the branch to look like, because all I need to do is just cut it open. So I think something like this, and then cut it there. And I'm going to push this over there for now. And then I'm going to cut it open. And then same again, edible glue or water. On there and onto the branch. And then wrap it. I will use brown floral tape because sometimes if you have missed a spot, then the wire won't show. But you don't have to use brown floral tape. You can use other color because the paste is supposed to hide it. Right. Give it a little twist because trees have kind of some sort of notches and stuff anyway, so they're not that perfect. Once you are happy with that, smoothen the joint like this. I mean, you guys can see clearly, can you? I mean, first time using iPad, so don't know if this is good. So score some lines to it. Okay, something like this. And then you can move this kind of over there and add a few more branches. And for this one, you can actually roll it out like this. Kind of like the length. If it's long enough, it's okay, you can stretch it. You can do this before you wire it, but I like to wire it first. And then what you do is, I don't know if you can see the wire. Can you see the wire? Let me. Can you see the end? Yeah, you can see the end of the wire. Then you just insert it there. You don't have to have it perfect. Like, you don't need to have it perfectly in the middle. If it pokes through, just put it back and you'll be fine. Then once you're happy with that, add some water where the end is, and then push the paste together, and then rub it with water or edible glue, and then smooth the joint together, and then now you can bend it how you want it. Then score some line on it. I mean, if your branch is longer than this and there are other stuff on it, like if you want it thinner, just drag it and then twist the end and put it out. I mean, if your branch is heavy, then you need stronger wire. So continue. I'm not going to do any more with the branches because I have shown you how you can do it now. Then what you do is you just slowly add more paste to each branches and then move to your desired position to make the tree. You can move it to front, move it to back, move behind, whatever way you want it. Then we will move on to the hanging monkey. Seems like there's very little people here today. Right, so where am I? Right, so got these. What we want to do is this is the body of the monkey, and this is same again. I'm going to say again. This is 3 centimeters, about 3 centimeters, and that is about kind of 3.5 centimeters. Then what we're going to do is we are going to plug this in and wait for it to come on. While we're waiting for it, we can add paste to the head and the body. Preferably, we will kind of like put them together to do it first, but we can do it this way as well. Let me move it there. So I have some Saracino brown paste mixed with white. Actually, I am going to wait and do this until I can stick them together. So what I want to do is get yourself some cocktail stick like this. So what we want to do is we want to insert that on top of the cone and use the hot glue to glue it together. If you don't have hot glue, you can use PVA. It will still kind of give you a good hold. So this is too long, so I'm going to cut it. So poke the hole like this. Same on the head. So this is what we are trying to create. Then while we're waiting that, we will want this is 20 gauge wire, so not as thick as the main branch. And we will want it kind of like on the top there. So because the stick is there, so you need to kind of bypass it. Kind of there. And then it's like an arm. Then we kind of bend it back to itself like this. Kind of like a up. So on the side, it's kind of level like this. And then we will sort this out when we are there. Okay. Then with the leg, same again, using the same thickness, but this time we are going to just poke through and then make it like kind of like this. So we will, when we come to it, we will do that. So I'm going to take this back out. I'm just showing you guys what I'm going to do. So there. And then now, what we want is, I think this is ready. It got some glue come out already. We don't want to use the first bit. So I'm going to use the wire to get rid of it. I mean, you can peel it off in a minute once it dries anyway. So now I am going to add some hot glue there. and then I'm going to push it down. Okay. Then use the same wire to kind of get rid of the excess the bit which is too much. I mean, it's cool enough for your hand to touch it anyway. Okay, so once they are secured, okay, so wait for a little bit for it to make sure it's kind of hardened. Put it on the side. Now this is dry, I can just peel it off. So I like this cold glue gun. I think this cold glue gun is for kids. If you use the normal hot glue gun, you normally, when you squeeze it out of the gun, it will instantly burn the polystyrene. So I think we are going to, I'm going to keep this on. You can keep this on if you have a silicone mat. When the glue come out, you can peel the glue back, or you can put a piece of paper. Because I think I'm going to use the glue pretty quick. So I'm going to make this wire straight again. Okay, so this is done. Now I have some kind of like pale brown paste with me. Then I am going to kind of roll it a bit, make it much thinner. Oh, you can't see. So this one, you will want it quite thin. Let me move that at the back. Because you don't want to have too much weight on the monkey. Oh, Christine, I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay. See you later. So once you have done this, and you cannot have this too thin, because if you have it too thin, polystyrene never very perfect when you buy it from shop, except my one because each of them I have checked, so my one's quite perfect, but this shop bought is not so perfect. So if your paste is thin, it will show all the indentation on the polystyrene, so you don't want it too thin. So what you want to do is you want to kind of cut out a piece. I will do the top and bottom separately, so it make life easier. So just randomly get a paste like this, and then get some glue, and then put it onto the polystyrene edible glue. What you need to do is make sure you feel if there's any kind of like indent you don't want, feel the indent first. So when you put the paste on, it gives you a smooth, I mean this is the bottom, you won't see anyway, but I prefer kind of do it. So once you do that, put put it on. What you want it to do is you want to kind of find, right, stick to my hand, pinch the side. And then use a scissors. Ooh. And then cut it. Smooth the edges to the bottom of the polystyrene ball. And then with the warmth of your hand, you can get rid of all the crease. Or if you can't get rid of it, you can use a bit of water and it will get rid of it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, so and then we'll do the same with the head, but this time make sure that you don't squeeze too hard on the body. So put it there, and then I add some glue onto the head. Try to have your joint on the same kind of side. So you will do the same again. I think the joint is there. So I'll fold that down there. Squeeze them together. If the paste is not kind of reaching each other, kind of squeeze them. Okay. I mean, you need to spend a little bit time to sort out the joints like this. Right, you can spend a bit of time to make sure all the joints are smoothened. I am going to do that later. Otherwise, this video will be forever. So, it's kind of like this. Once you are happy with that, we're going to do the hands last, so we can finish the monkey kind of now. Okay, so I'm going to put the body on there so that it's not too flat. Then we will use some Saracino. Right. Go like this. Be careful, if there is air bubble, then it's kind of like it won't stay flat onto the polystyrene. So poke the air bubble. Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time smoothing it. Then get some skin color modeling paste. And some okay, so we want to roll out quite a thin paste. Stick to my hand. Okay. Then get yourself a hard cutter or a circle cutter to mark the face for the monkey. So I have chose this one, like kind of like a heart shape. Then I'll cut it. Ooh. Smooth all the edges. Like that. And then put some edible glue on. And then you want it kind of like just a bit over the halfway mark of the face. Actually a bit more like kind of a little bit down from the top of the head, like this. Then we're going to do the cheek and the mouth. We don't want it too big. So I think something like this. So get some paste, make it round, and then roll it to a sausage. Like a, have you ever eaten jelly bean? It's like jelly bean kind of shape. And you want it kind of as wide as the face. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I think I'll use this side. My hand's quite sticky. So it's like a jelly bean shape like this. Then add some edible glue at the back there. And then press it on. So when you put it on, you kind of press on the side. Make sure your hand is not sticky. And then leave the middle. Like that. You can see. Don't worry about the bottom, we're going to sort that out in a minute. Then press there. So that kind of come the nose. So kind of like this. Okay. Then we will use some pink color to give it a little nose. Add some water and then put it there. Kind of like that. Then we're going to add the eyes. Get some edible bubbles. Choose the same size. Kind of there, in there. that. Then we are going to move on to the mouth. I'm going to use a smiley tool. So what I'm going to do is I am going to draw a line kind of there. Like that. And then use that for the bottom of the mouth. And then kind of like try to flatten it. Kind of like push it in a bit. Okay. So get a really thin black paste. Right, you want this super thin. Then you will use the same tool and then cut it like this. And then cut it from the top edge to the other edge. So you give it like kind of like a half circle cut out. Right, let me get rid of the. Right, okay. Then I'll use some water there. And put it on. It might not be as wide, then you just stretch it a little. Something like this. Then get yourself same kind of like pink again. And then this time you want to make it like kind of same as the nose. Make it like a kind of oval shape thing, and then add some water there. and then put that there like this, and then press it down. Like that. And then use the Dresden tool in the middle, do a little line in the middle. Like that. Okay. Once you are happy with that, I am going to add the lake. So early on, I have 220 gauge wire. So what I want to do, actually I need to add the piece in the middle first actually. So a bit of skin color. So as thin as possible. Not too thin, because if it is too thin, then it will show the brown color, unless you don't mind showing it. Then what you want to do is you want just a kind of like a oval shape. Just going to freehand it. Oh, the paste drag. Okay, I'll cut that bit again. So it might be too big anyway. So you want like kind of like a long oval shape. Let me see if that's long enough. Right, I think that is too long, so I'm going to cut it shorter. And I think it can be narrower. I mean, you can cut it on the body, but today my setup is a bit different than normal, so I'm kind of working blind at the moment. Can't really see what I'm doing. So before I stick it on, I'll put it on again, make sure that that is the length I want. So kind of is, okay. It kind of stick to the body anyway. So I'll just add some water, then I won't move it. Maybe next time I will change it back to using my phone, because this setup, I'm not very happy with it, and it's kind of like I can't really see what I'm doing. So I might use my phone again. So, okay. Kind of like that. I'll put this away. Then, now we will move on to the leg finally. We will use that color again in a second for the leg. Put this on the side. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you today is not really happening. Okay, so now I am going to make the leg. The leg, I am going to kind of like bend it like this. So like a kink. And the lengthwise is some monkey have really long arms and legs, so it's totally up to you how long you want it to be. Just make sure you remember, like the bit that you put into the body need to be slightly longer. Okay? So it's something like this. So I want 2 of these, kind of similar length. Does not have to be exactly the same. It's totally up to you. Right, once you've done that, then get yourself some brown paste, same color as his body. Roll out a sausage. So you want it quite thin. Okay, once you are happy with it, then you kind of like measure the length of it and then cut 2 of this. And then add some edible glue. And then push that through. Right, so something like this. Do the same on the other side. Right, so once you're happy with it, okay. So I think I'm going to have the leg kind of like on the side like this. Might look a bit odd, but let's give it a try. So now I will kind of like, while it is on there, I'm going to put 2 holes there. I mean, this is now not an edible item, so I'm not too concerned what I'm using to glue the thing on. So once you put it in, and then you can kind of move it where you want it to be. So if you want kind of like, if you want the leg to be higher, then you kind of push the paste in a little bit, and then you kind of like bend it a little bit more. So if kind of like, ooh, if you want it kind of like higher, be funnier. I think that kind of how I want it. And then the other one. Okay. God, it's really hot in here suddenly. Okay, so if you are not happy with where the hole is, poke it again. I mean, ideally do the arms and leg when the body is dry, so that you don't mark the body at all. But because I'm doing live now, so it kind of like, I might mark the body. But you kind of know what I mean. Okay, so the more you touch it, the more you mark the thing. I think that is too long anyway. So I think I'm gonna cut it there. Ooh, oh no, don't twist it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it shorter actually. And then now, as this is not an edible item anymore, although I'm using modeling paste, which is edible, where I am going to get rid of the paste on my hand first. Okay, now I am going to use the cold glue, push that in a little, like that, and then use the cold glue, which is on the side ready to be used. Put some glue at the end. make sure when you put it in is where you want your leg to be. And then let it dry. His leg is a bit funny, but it's okay. I can sort it out later. Ideally, the head and the body the paste should be dry before you add the arm and leg to it. Okay. Okay. Push it in a bit so you can hold the other end. And add a bit of glue on there. Oh. And then push it in. But I'll sort that out later. Monkey look a bit odd, the leg. Right, okay. Right, get some edible glue and then it will dry harden, but at the moment it's not really. Okay, so now I am going to use the lighter color. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. Actually, roll out a ball. Why is it sticking to my finger? And then cut it in half. And then kind of like flatten where you cut it, like that. Oh no. Okay, use the flat side. Like that. I'm going to leave these on the side for a little bit so that they kind of get hardened. Right, I might need to stick that leg again. Okay, now we are going to move on to the arm. So now we have something like this. I'm going to probably sort out the leg afterward. I'm not very happy with the shape of it. Then you put Then on the side, like how I showed you earlier. And then woo, kind of like this. Then you bend it like that. Am I still in frame? Yeah. Like so. Okay, once you're kind of happy where it is, then you roll out to the side, there, kind of there. Then, ooh, then you add some glue there. And then you push it back in. And then wipe off the glue, which is on the side. Not very neat today. You can use a bit of wire and push the glue in. Oh no, it still moves a bit. Okay. Why is not happening? Okay. Oh my god, it's so warm. Okay, I think I know why. Because the glue is not going into the polystyrene. If you have time and use PVA, it will still work, but you will need it dry. Okay. Let's see if this time works. I'll let you dry for a little bit. Maybe I'll move you too soon. Better? Yes. Better this time. Okay. So now this time it glue better. So ideally your body need to be kind of hardened first. Otherwise it'll be like me, squashing the paste. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, then now we will use the sausage we cut out earlier for the arm. So what you want is kind of like same length as that, so it's kind of like half of this. Then add some edible glue onto the arm. Make sure your paste hide all the joints and the glue line. Oops. Doesn't matter if the wire comes through, just push it back and then continue. Oh no. I think I have made the arm move again. Okay. Please stay. Right, put some glue where the joints are. When you guys make it at home, you can spend time to get rid of the joint line, but I'm not going to now. So what I'm going to do now, it's like a spider. Okay. What I'm going to do is now I am going to bend these two wires and hook it onto there. But what I really want to do is, I don't just want to hook it onto the paste, I want to hook it onto the wire. So now I am going to mark this here. That's where I want to hang, kind of there, where the wire is, and there. That's it, yeah. So I'll put you back down. Please stay, little monkey. Okay. So now I am going to give it a little cut here. And a little cut there. So I want the wire to sit on proper wire instead of just sit on the paste. So give it a cut there so that the wire will go all the way there. So you want it cut front and back. And make the groove a bit wider. You can close the groove afterward. But so you want to see the groove like this. Then what you want to do is get yourself a plier, a strong plier. Don't know if you can see the. So you want to bend it backward first. Right, it's wonky now, hold on. Okay. Then hold on to that. And then do a hook. Try to kind of do the same. Am I still in frame? Yeah. Oh, I think I have damaged the arm already. Right. Okay. Now I think the hook is a bit too long, so I'm gonna cut it shorter. Why you keep on moving? Let me see. I find the 18 and 20 gauge wire is harder to cut. Okay, so let me see if it works. So it's kind of like this. Right, let me make the hand. Right, the arm is still wet, so it's not staying in position. Ideally, put some PVA in the wire when you do it. When you rest it overnight. Okay. So once it's like that, okay, that's not sticking as well. It's lovely. Thank you. I don't think it's lovely because at the moment the paste is so soft, it's not really staying in place for me. So when you guys do it at home, it will be much better because you can rest it and let it dry. Okay. The leg is falling. Okay, please stay for a little bit. Okay, now we're going to move on to the arm. Okay, let me see if I sit you like this, you will dry for me for just enough to hold on to yourself. Okay, he's in a bit weird situation. Now, okay, so we have do the feet already. They are on the side kind of drying because otherwise be too soft. Everything is too soft for me at the moment. And then what you want to do is roll out a sausage. So we want the arm and the feet kind of same size. So we use it as a gauge. I mean, sometimes monkey have really big hands anyway, so it doesn't matter if your monkey hands is quite big. So what can you see? Okay, I'm out of frame again. Let me put that there. Bit messy today. Let me move this away. So what you want is, if you stick to your finger, use some corn flour. And then you want to press it like that. So it's kind of same size as your feet. Like that. And then do the other side as well. So you want it quite rounded. Okay, so we're doing two hands at the same time. Oh no, I got some brown paste there. Okay, then now I'm going to use scissors because the camera angle you won't see. Go like that. Round off the edges. Okay. Then do the other side. Round off the edges. It's optional. You can cut individual fingers, but I'm not going to do it because otherwise it will take too long for this video. Then what I want to do is I am going to thin the end of the hand, make it a little bit like this. You see? So do a little like that, both sides. And then you want to cut kind of there. Then it's like the thumb is kind of inside. So it's kind of like, if you imagine that you're holding it or holding it. So it depends how you want your hand. Okay, now you hold better. So I hook it back on. So if your figures is kind of need drying and it's not, how to say it, it's not kind of drying how you want it to be, put some support behind, put some support there so that it have a chance to dry tonight. I need something like this so that it can, because it's not dry yet, that's why it's not holding in place, but once dry that will stay in place. So that is kind of like this. And then the hand we have made, I forgot to say, if your loop is like this, you can see your hand is not reaching to the top. Then what you want to do is drag your paste, give it a little twirl to the back of the branch, but you don't want it to stick to your branch. Something like this. Oh. Okay. Then, so what I want is, then I will have this cut a little so that the wire can go in between there, and then I'm going to kind of stick onto the wire and then wrap it like this. So I'm not going to stick it on right now, but what you want to do is, you don't want this to stick onto the branch, so make sure your branch and the wire is free. Okay, so your hand is hovering above the wire. So it's kind of like an illusion. It is touching the branch, but it's not. So all you want is, you want the wire, back of wire in between there, and then and then you go behind and then stick it like this. Does that make sense? So make sure the back of the hand is at the back of your branch. So you can cut individual fingers if you want, but I'm not going to spend time on that. Then once you're happy with that, add some glue onto the wire there and there, and then press that on. And then oops. I mean, normally when you see I have other videos on my channel that I can spend a lot of time finishing it, but I'm only going to show you like half of it, and then I'm going to finish it after, otherwise it will take too long. Then what you want to do is, you want to get yourself a tiny sausage like this. We stick to your hand. Go like that. Then cut yourself 5 chunks. And then turn them into bubbles. And then add some glue onto the top of the feet, and then the largest one to the front, the second largest. Oh. Oh, why are you not sticking? Okay. So use the same method and add the tail. I mean, the tail can be thinner. Use the same method with wires and then add the tail. So once it dry, it should be able for you to kind of swing the monkey without it breaking, but it need to dry. So I will let it dry and then I will finish the monkey when it dry. And then I will post the photos on my page. I mean, thank you for watching this demo. I am going to finish it another time because it's quite long already, this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this hanging monkey. Bye bye.